If you're struggling with making some money with just teaching music, then you will struggle to make money with a video course. What they don't realize is that it's actually a pretty deep rabbit hole. It's actually pretty difficult to actually make the sales. The difficult thing is finding the customers that want the product. And there's a difference between physical and digital products and services. So what you guys typically do when you're teaching is a service. You're teaching music and you're getting on either in group classes or one-on-one, you're teaching the music, the instrument, or the singing. When it's a product like an online course, it has to be marketed in a completely different way. I'll just give you a few numbers that I'm privy to knowing, which is I know people who are spending about $27,000 a month on their advertising, and they're getting, in profit, they're making about $3,000. And the easiest thing to scale, the easiest thing to work with, once you know what you're doing on marketing, when you've got your ads dialed in for services, you can spend like $100. One of the most recent examples, you spend $100 and you get $1,600 back, right? It's a completely different margin. So the title of this video is The Grass is Always Greener. And yes, it might be attractive thinking like, oh, I can just create a video course, which you can. I'm actually going to be working with people on this task in a short while on how to do it correctly, because I'm one of those marketers who can actually, I advertise my own digital products online, and it does have to be dialed in, it does have to be done correctly, but you can do it without the silly margins, but it's hard. The easiest way to scale a music education business is simply to get more customers and just get a few more teachers on board. Might not be the glamorous option and the coolest option, but it is the easiest option. Because if you spend $100 and you get $1,600 back, those customers who've bought the services for $1,600 immediately, next month they're going to buy it again and again, and so they're going to keep buying the service, right? And so it's just exponentially better. And so it's a weird thing where marketers, they are often talking about return on ad spend, and they're very proud of their numbers. Now, a very common figure at the moment is if you spend $1 and you get $2 back. Now, that's pretty hard to do, but it's pretty common for professional marketers. They don't like it because it means the profits are pretty low, and again, you might have expenses and stuff, and so out of that $2, you got to spend part of it on a PA or software expenses or whatever, right? Anyway, so a pretty good marketer, they might spend about $1 and they get about $8 back. So those are the kind of margins we're looking at when we're coming to digital products and that kind of stuff. But when it comes to services like music, it can be like you spend $1 and you get $60 back. And that might sound ridiculous, but it's because you spend $1 and you get that student in, and immediately you get $5, $6 back, right? But then next month they spend another $5, $6, so now it's 10, and then so on and so on, and it happens 10 times, and now it's like 1 to 50, right? Because it's recurring. The student is going to be paying that on a recurring fee, and so it adds up, and you might spend $1 on an ad and you're actually making back 50 over time. So that's something in your service industry where you are, guys, as a recurring fee-based business model. You have such a massive advantage for making the money you spend on ads go a lot further than basically anybody, which is crazy. So your ratio is actually one of the highest around, because you can get the customers relatively easily and quickly and cheaply when you spend on those ads. You spend a few dollars on ads, you get a customer, and that customer keeps paying you over time. And then, you know, the ratio of what you paid to get them compared to what you get back in is astronomical compared to most industries. So just wanted to talk a little bit about the grass is always greener. Like, you're in one of the best positions anywhere in any industry for actually making ads work for you. Incredible amounts of money that you can actually make as long as you can leverage like how to get the students in, and then deliver what you're supposed to give them, obviously the music lessons. Whereas digital courses, video courses, absolutely great for a supplementary thing to begin with. And yes, you could pivot to them entirely eventually, but don't think of them as just like oh, I'll just set this up and it'll be done. And the easiest way of making your money, if you're struggling with making some money with just teaching music, then you will struggle to make money with a video course. So I'd suggest, firstly, scaling up your music education business with filling up your own timetable with the students that you can handle, and then maybe getting another teacher. And then after that, when you've got the time, you can start making a video course, obviously, because you've outsourced part of your hours to the other teacher, and you can spend more time on your course, and you can chill a bit and spend some time on it, and you can then make those mistakes when you're trying to advertise your video courses at the beginning. You'll make a lot of mistakes, but that was it really. Just be careful about just looking at the other side of the grass and thinking, oh, that looks easy, because it isn't. But you're in a very good position already, and you might not really know that.